the law of this jungle is as old and as real as the sky. And the wolf that abides will prosper, but a wolf that breaks it will die. You see, out here in this jungle, we run it forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. I used to run with the pack, nowadays I run for the pack. Represent from the front to the back, balls in my heart, my city and the map. I was in the field, you're sitting on the bench. See me in the gym, rep till I'm bench. Sweat till I win, that's a victory stench. Yeah, we stay ready for the war, man, I settle in the score. Settle it. Right now I'm with the hype, I ain't in it for the light. I was down to the ground, now I'm up for the fight. I'm on it. Seaside at the dark, now it's into the light. Out for more, down for my team. I wake up and I'm chasing a dream. Done dirt, but my crep stay clean. Send for me, rude boy, how you mean? Look at my tongue with the verses. Clean sheet in him and I'm on a verse with. Prize fighter, I'm taking the purses. Death match like your family in hearses. The law of this jungle, we run it forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. You see out here in this jungle, we run it forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack.
One more time for this season of 22-23, and one more time we've managed to mess up our start to the show because Tom and I spent ages making sure we were level on our laptops, and he's just moved his just before we started. Unbelievable scenes. This is the way that we do things on Matchday.
There you
Live.
go, Michael. I've done it now.
We will try and improve for next season. I mean, we've been doing this for more than 10 years now. We'll get there eventually. I'm Mikey Rose, the Hall of Famer, Andy Thompson alongside me. It's because I'm full of cake, Tomo. You know I've had a sugar rush.
I'll just keep you on your toes, mate. That's all it is.
We're in a funny mood because it's the final game of the season. And for a long time, it felt like we'd be turning up and kind of trying to spoil a party. There is no party really here, is there? Neither side has a great deal to play for.
No, it's a shame, isn't it? So, look, I presume that they must have had everything ready, sorted out, thinking that they were going to have that title, but unfortunately just faded towards the end there, and Man City was able to get in front of them and take the league. So it's a big disappointment for them. Not been a great season for us, but it'd be nice just to finish on a high today.
Well, let's take a look at the team news because it's quite interesting. There are 6 changes that have been made by Julian Lopetegui for this final game, and you can see that man there in your picture, Raul Jimenez, who effectively got an apology from Julian Lopetegui for not getting his Molineux farewell last weekend, starts today. Jose Sarr returns in goal. Maximilian Kilman is back in the centre of defence. Hugo Bueno in at left back. We're anticipating it to be 4-3-3. Sarr in goal, Semedo, Collins, Kilman and Bueno. And then Mario Lemina, the holding man in midfield, with João Gomez and Mateus Nunes ahead of him. And then Adama Traore and Hee-Chan Wang either side of Raul Jimenez. We'll talk a little bit later about the players who are not involved in that squad because there are quite a few. It won't escape a lot of people's notice. But from the side that has been selected, Tomo, what stands out to you?
Well, I'm glad that Traore is playing. So I just think that you saw him last week and what he offers. And again, he's coming to the team. And I just think he gives that something else. I know his contract's up. I know he looks like he's going to be leaving by all the rumours. But again, I just think he's a good player. He's something different for me. Wang's playing, who seems to be in the right place at the right time to score some goals as well. So like the one he did last week as well. But look, he's mixing he's mixing it around. He's made them 6 changes. Jimenez coming back in, which we thought that'll be he won't be playing anymore. So it just shows that the manager's still thinking about what he wants to do for next year by the look of it, with the people that he's left out and the people that he's put in the team.
Well, that's the key question, isn't it? How much do you think this starting 11 is based on next season, or is it simply giving minutes to some of the other players? Because we all thought Raul Jimenez was going to go. Then Julian Lopetegui spoke very warmly about him in the week, and maybe you might read into it that part of the reason he didn't give him a Molineux farewell last week is because he's not wanting him to go. We don't know what the situation is there. In the same way that there is no Ruben Neves in the starting lineup today. So, is he picking a midfield today that's the midfield for next season.
Yeah, and also as well, don't forget it's like when Neves was out suspended, that was the three that played, and they're quite effective as well in that midfield area. So look, he's probably just wanted to see him again. I know he sees them in training, but there's nothing like a match, and especially come to the Emirates today as well. So look, he's going to be looking at some players still. It looks like he's still toying around with some formations, the players that he wants, but who knows? So look, it'll be interesting to see in the next week or so what's going to happen with the retain list, and also as well players that are under contract, whether or not he wants them or not.
I mean, you look at that side. Jose Sarr has effectively has been his number one goalkeeper. Dan Bentley had the last 2 games. Nathan Collins started the season, but Craig Dawson has been his main man. Apart from Dawson, we know that he likes Adama Traore. He'd like him to sign a new contract. I don't think that's done and dusted in terms of he's definitely leaving. There is an opportunity, there is a chance there, and clearly he's picking him to maybe try and persuade him that his future does lie here. But in terms of that starting 11, you could make a case for all of them being here next season, and that being the starting lineup potentially for the first game.
Exactly, as I touched on there with about Traore, he's got something that everybody wants, that blistering pace. And look, I know he's out of contract, and managers have struggled to get him any consistency on a long period of time. Maybe this manager thinks with the connection, the Spanish connection, that he can get the best out of Traore. Maybe Traore thinks, oh, okay, I might give him a chance. But again, it's going to come down to contracts and various other elements. We don't know what he wants. But I just think that this manager, if he's doing this, putting him in the team, and making him look that he wants to be wanted by him, maybe that might just be the bargaining tool for him, that he wants him. But look, there's no doubt about it. He's an asset, but it's that consistency that people have been looking at that he needs to improve on. We saw a glimpse of it a couple of years ago, and he's struggled to replicate that ever since. But look, Jimenez, I still think he's got some to offer. I think he's still under contract as well. I think he's got a year left. So, look, with all the rumours that are going on, we don't know what the outcome's going to be about people talking that we haven't got much money to spend, or the fair play, whatever it is. So he might have to keep some of the players with the
I mean, just get rid of us, better, Tomo.
With the money that you're on here, mate. I know, yeah. So that's just look. It depends what's going to happen with all those elements combined to it, isn't it? With what's going to happen with the budget, and what's going to happen with the money that's going to be available, or what they're going to get for players. Look, there's one thing certain: there's going to be some players that are going to go for one reason or another, but they're going to have to look a little bit more in depth about what's going to happen for next year with the players.
Yeah, we'll talk more in a second about some of the players who are not involved today. Your thoughts welcome as well at Mikey Burrows on Twitter. Let's take a quick look at the best of our final home game of the season. We've got a lot of players forwards from the back, and the delivery from McNeil is hanging high towards Mina on the edge of the box, who flicks it on, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin's shot into the side netting. Nana to come forwards. Iwobi lifted high towards the far post, and Calvert-Lewin again winning the header, but this time over the top of the crossbar. Iwobi. Definitely now Gay lining up an effort. A little short ball. Loose though from Everton, and Adama Traore can now set off, and Yerry Mina is exposed, and Traore trying to run through the middle. Still Traore up towards the edge of the box, into the area, low shot, good save by Pickford, and turned in by Hee-Chan Wang. A goal made by Adama Traore. João Gomez runs to him to celebrate. Hee-Chan Wang with the simplest of finishes, but it was Adama Traore's run from one penalty area to another that made the opening goal. Wolves 1, Everton 0. Wang has won it back. Now here comes João Gomez up to the edge of the area. Gomez to strike it, parried by Pickford. Podence trying to loop a header over the top and just onto the roof of the netting. Picked up by Neves. Neves with a clever pass into the feet of Adama Traore. Traore trying to drive through the middle this time. Onto Sarabia. Sarabia into the box, back onto his left foot. Curling just wide.
I was just expecting it to settle in the net there.
I was just waiting for the net to go.
Headed away by Semedo. Mateus Nunes brings it down. Cunha, very clever touch. 2-on-2 here. Mateus Nunes running through the middle. Costa to his left. Mateus Nunes might try and go it alone. Still driving into the box. And it's well wide. Just saved by Pickford. McNeil to Damari Gray. Sets himself. Launches into the danger zone. Bentley tried to come and get there, didn't quite do so, and it's scrambled in! Turned in by Yerry Mina, and Everton get themselves a lifeline!
This is gonna be easy for me.
Nobody did that before, the fans, eh? I'll be the first one.
I don't think so.
I think I win.
Let's do it.
I'm Pedro Neto and I will win the Oh What a Shot.
I am Raúl Jiménez and I'm gonna win.
I'm Pablo Sarabia. I'm gonna win.
Hello.
So we are going to do 5 shots each one, and the purpose is to put the ball on the O. And if we draw, we do sudden death.
Hi Pablo, good luck with the challenge. Come on.
Thank you so much.
Hello, Pedro Neto. Good luck for the challenge. Hopefully you win. Come on, Pedro Neto!
Thank you very much, and I'm gonna win for you.
Come on, Emirates!
We're voting for you.
You're gonna see, I'm gonna win this.
The younger is the first.
No pressure. Wow, what a shot.
The hole has to be bigger, no? It's not possible. Não é possível, mano!
Wow! You need to open the P as well.
Now it's sudden death.
Do you have what it takes? It's the strategy, the discipline, the anticipation, the defeats, the victories. The people who get it, get it. The people who don't. We are Wolves Women, and we are their official FX trading partner.
It's Matchday Live, the final one of the season. We are at the Emirates, at the back of the press box, the bottom tier. The Wolves supporters will be over in the far corner from where we are. They are drifting in. It's a beautiful day down here in North London. Everybody in short sleeves around the place, apart from us, because it's quite cold. We are. Tomo has worked on his tan through the week and is kind of blending into the red background, which is lovely to see as ever.
In the garden yesterday, mate. It was lovely.
Oh, lovely.
It was lovely. Very nice.
Yeah, I got plenty of weekends free from now on, Grandad. Let's talk about the players who are not involved today. I say, just to recap for you, if you missed the team news, Jose Sarr comes back in goal. Semedo, Collins, Kilman and Bueno. João Gomez, Lamina and Mateus Nunes in midfield. Adama Traore, Raúl Jiménez and Hee-Chan Wang up top. On the bench today are Dan Bentley, Rayane Nouri, Boubacar Traore, Ruben Neves, Mateus Cunha, Craig Dawson, Pablo Sarabia, Totti and Joe Hodge. So no João Moutinho. We know that Julian Lopetegui has spoken about him in a couple of press conferences recently. It was up to him whether he wanted to be involved. He chose not to. Suggests that he's on his way. Diego Costa, I think, had a farewell barbecue on social media this week. So it would appear that he's not going to be involved moving forwards and probably explains his absence. The one that we don't know about is Pedro Neto. We understand he's not injured. He and Daniel Penance not involved in the matchday squad today. You know, conspiracy theories are raging at the moment, Tomo. Rumour mill goes into overdrive at this time of the season. But if you're those two players, you kind of would want to be involved in this game, wouldn't you?
You'd want to be involved in any game that you can, especially coming to Arsenal away and being in the, I know we talk about the spotlight or the limelight or whatever you want to call it, but look, the only way that you're going to get a move, or if you want to stay at the club, is by playing football. Put yourself up there for people to see, and unfortunately, for whatever reason, we don't know all the outs and ins of it. They haven't travelled with the squad down to London. So it's going to be interesting. Just going to be interesting, as I said, in the summer, just to see what's going to happen. They're both still under contract. But look, the manager wants to see what his options are and what he wants to do, and again, who he can bring in and who he wants to leave. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a massive couple of weeks, I think, just to see what's happening within the Wolves camp.
The League Two playoff final, by the way, is in extra time. I don't know when you caught the Championship playoff final last night. Congratulations to a good friend of ours in Rob Edwards for leading Luton up. This week, a couple of days ago, marked an anniversary of a very special occasion in Cardiff, and we thought, considering it's the final day of the season, why not relive that special day of the millennium?
It's Monday, May the 26th, 2003. It's a date with destiny. For these players, this is their field of dreams. Listen to the noise, savour the atmosphere, take it all in, bring them on, bring it on. Blake now for Kenny Miller, and he's got Mark Kennedy with him. Oh! A storming start for Wolves. Mark Kennedy seizes the moment. It's a massive moment. It's a magic moment. It's 1-0 to Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Well, you will go a long, long way to see a sweeter strike than this. When you see left-footed players strike the ball with venom, and the way they get to the ball and they look so stylish. This is what Kennedy does when he gets his ball off Miller. Look at that. It's not just a stab, it's a punch, and he thumps it with that left boot. The goalkeeper's not in a bad position, but the fact is, this is driven with enormous power, and the angle of it is perfect into that bottom corner.
Kenny, Sheffield United's Player of the Year. It's Kennedy's corner, it's in there, and Nathan Blake has flicked it in. The Wolves are hungry for a place in the Premiership. They lead 2-0. They are dreaming like they've never dreamt before.
Oh, they've found them wanting. They've really found them wanting. The experience of Paul Ince is what this goal's all about. Just watch him come to this position at the near post. He gets that half a yard away from his marker. He flicks it on towards Nathan Blake. Nathan Blake just comes off the 6-yard line and says, thank you very much. Once I make contact with this, I'm right in front of the goal. It would make the goalkeeper magnificent if he saved it, but he's got no chance.
Just a quarter of the game gone, and Wolves lead 2-0. Well, one thing Neil Warnock has done successfully this season is use his substitutes well. He might have to do that again. Newton's cross, Miller's in there! It is 3-0, it's Kenny Miller. The Wolves are heading to the Premiership, surely.
Well, at no time is Kenny Miller picked up. I'm sure Neil Warnock won't believe it, but Davy Jones will be ecstatic because all he does is he waltzes into position. Newton had an opportunity to cross it early. There's Miller in the middle of the box. Is anybody looking at me? Jackie Elker has a slight look, but then he leaves him. And then this requires a deft touch once it comes in, and Miller produces that, hooks it with his left foot into the top corner. Round Page with the cross from Newton, and that's superb.
Kozluk centre, away by Lescott. Here's Brown. Unlove, handball, and it's given against Butler.
Oh, it was played straight at him. It was played straight at him. There is nothing he can do, Paul Butler, to get out of the way of this ball. And that's when he looks at the referee. Just watch Unlove, he plays out immediately. Look, he's even trying to take the arm out of the way. It does brush his hand, but certainly he didn't mean it.
Well. Sheffield United have the chance to hit back. Steve Bennett awarding a penalty in the opening minutes of the second half. Michael Brown has scored 6 out of 6 from the spot this season. Here comes Brown, and Matt Murray has saved it. And that might be definitive proof that it's just not meant to be for Sheffield United, and that it is meant to be for Wolves.
Well, he can put the Beano down, Matt Murray, because he's read this even before he's kicked it. Just look at that. It's going to go to my left-hand side. I've seen you do these before. There's no way you're going to kid me. That's mine. Look at that. Down and up as quick as possible, and Cabba can't put the rebound in.
And it gives me the chance to say the winners of the Nationwide Football League Playoff Finals, Division 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers.
He's aware that 1 in 8,333 make the cut, and so he's thinking about scoring while he's lacing up. He made sure he ate good and got his 8 hours in. The gaffer told him just focus, and you'll do nothing but win. And even though the things on Snap kept on buzzing down his phone, he had a little peek, he swiped right, but he made sure he left them alone. It's no distractions, I've gotta keep that hunger and focus. Check my kick bag twice, and remove that chip off my shoulders. Can't be late, I'm trying to be the first one to the ground. Headphones in, I'm vibing, bumping, listening to SR and Pounds, thinking it's nerves. But then I think, some of these man just talk enough. Take it easy, and don't go too intense on the warm-up. Man like Kai, quick firms, but you know he's gonna be marking me. I can't get caught flat-footed, and he knows just how sharp I'll be. Match scenario, 1 inch of space, and then I'm in there. Quick 1, 2, boom, first goal, that's me. Get in there, calm down. I gotta keep myself composed, and I can't get too gassed, because it wasn't the cleanest of goals. I need another. To go first team, I have to make a statement. Remember, talent can only take you so far. It's the hard work that sticks out blatant. You know Ryan's got a ping on him, so when he gets it, you're gone. Fake coming short for the ball, then drop the shoulder, race on. Are you a speedy one, bro? Is the defender kinda slow? And if so, it's all about that first touch towards the goal. Because if it's dead, then you're given time to make up the ground. And if it's good, you hit the back of the net, make that beautiful sound. The gaffer's watching, he's making notes, and then he sees his assistant walk up. He tells you that they're impressed, and that you've earned yourself a call-up. Then he says, wait, before you even think about making the team, make sure you go home and get those dirty boots clean. Man, this is nuts, I'm shaking. Wait till I tell my mum and the bros. I'm gassed, I've been grafting for this, but still kinda mad I've been chose. Crazy, anticipation. Use all the emotions to feed desire and fuel performance. Tell your boys you look tough, and tomorrow's game is enormous. Match day, you're in the tunnel. Get yourself at the back of the line. Close your eyes for a second. When you open them again, it's your time. Wolves, next gen.
Wolverhampton is a proud and diverse city. Proud of its history and proud of its people. When times are tough and life is challenging, Wolverhampton stands together. At Wolves Foundation, we are the heartbeat of the community. We support thousands of people across the city of all ages and abilities. Half of the people we work with are from areas among the most deprived 10% in the country. We encourage people to become healthier and more active. 92% of our participants have improved their mental and physical well-being. We develop lifelong learning and skills. 90% of our participants have improved their educational achievement. We work hard to build safe, strong, and active communities. 84% of our participants feel they have contributed to a safer, stronger, and more inclusive community. Football is such a powerful sport, which brings us together and drives us forward. At Wolves Foundation, we are proud of our work and proud of our impact. Creating opportunities and changing lives.
It's Matchday Live here at the Emirates, counting down to kick off. We are, less than 20 minutes away now. Hungry Life, the Wolves, says, would be nice to see a Wolves win, but I'm more looking forward to the Wolves fans reminding Arsenal that they blew the league all match. We have form, having been at Liverpool twice in 3 years when they blew it too. Hoping for some innovative songs. Dave Wright says, love it, the team selection apart from Collins. If Raul scores, Mikey, you better check the Richter scale. We'd like to see Cunha playing up there with him. If I'm being a bit picky, says, come on, Raul, this is written in the stars with it being at Arsenal. Bring us some more joy. Jerry says, are we planning for next season? RJ in, as JL now wants him to stay as we cannot afford another striker now. Funny old game. It and this one basically saying that gutted that they couldn't get a selfie with you, Tomo, because you're an absolute legend. Shane says, is Dawson injured? Can understand Neves in a way. He's expected to leave, so maybe wants to see how we fare. Without him, looks like all who miss out on squad place could be potentially leaving. Lots of questions that are still unanswered, of course. Stay tuned throughout the summer, really, to see what happens. Two men who are not involved today, who we were discussing a few minutes ago, played a huge part in the last time Wolves won here at the Emirates.
Across the centre circle for Bolly. Trying to find the feet of Fabio Silva to Podence, who dropped deep. Wide out to Traore. Good move and build up this from Wolves as Traore looks to run at his man and stand his cross up, and Dendoncker rattles off the crossbar. Neto to follow it up, and it's in. Pedro Neto is there. Wolves get the breakthrough. It was excellent build-up play. Adama Traore's cross. Dendoncker nearly finished it off. Pedro Neto made absolutely sure. Fabio Silva defending the near post. The ball goes short to Bellerin. Wide to Willian again. He looks across from a different angle. Headed goalwards and headed in. It's Gabriel who gets the equaliser. Wolves weren't in front for long. Cleared as far as Traore, who's made a good turn and a good ball early, up to Neto. Neto driving on towards the edge of the penalty area. Neto trying to go it alone. The ball took a deflection, and Podence trying to get to the loose one. Yes. Podence turns it home. Wolves restore their advantage. Brilliant breakaway. Pedro Neto strike. Denied by Bernd Leno, but Daniel Podence would not be denied. And Fabio Silva onto Traore. Traore striking it into the side netting. Oh, what a big opportunity that was for Wolves to get a third. Ceballos, Willock, 25 yards from goal.
onto the left-hand side of the penalty area for Bukayo Saka, who stands his cross up into the danger zone, comes all the way through to Nelson, who strikes it over the top of the crossbar. Wide once more for Bellerin, who tries to cross from deep, hanging delivery, and it goes behind.
How much of a chance is it for players to show what they can do going into next season?
Yeah, we are going to think, of course, about any change. We are going to see which player we are going to choose for this match, and of course we try to pick the players that are ready to play, all of them, and after to try to see different things for other year too. Sure, we are going to try, but we are going to play against one team that he's going to demand a lot. All the opponents, no us, all the opponents. He has been the best team all the season. They have has a leader in 90% of league. They deserve to win too, so they have made a fantastic work, Mike Mikel and his players too. So we know that we are going to have very hard task, and we have to be ready despite which player we are going to choose.
Julian Lopetegui's thoughts ahead of this game. Tomo, what are you thinking? How are they going to approach this? Who's going to be the standout performer for Wolves?
Well, I'm hoping that we can see a little bit more of that trio in midfield. I'm looking forward to it. So I think they did really well when Neves was suspended. So it'd be nice to see them three playing together again. Probably a taste of what's going to happen for next year in that midfield area if Neves does leave. But yeah, you're just all hoping that Jimenez can get it off the mark and get a goal on his farewell game if that's going to be the case. So look,
I mean, that's the thing, right? We just don't know if it is a farewell, but
we don't know
it would be a remarkable story if he were to come here to the Emirates, whether he's leaving or not, and score, especially if he scores at the end with just in front of us and wheels away towards the Wolves supporters. He has scored here previously, but what a story it could be if he could get a goal today.
Unbelievable. So look, and again, the way that he's, I think he's played well. I think he's a bit unfortunate for one thing or another. I don't know if he's had words with the manager or it's just been selection from the manager. Who knows? We don't know what's happened with it as well. But we do know that he tries really hard, defending and attacking for this club. But it'd just be great if he could get a goal here today. As you just said, the goal just in front of us down this right-hand side, where unfortunate thing happened a few years back to him.
Yeah, we just saw the highlights from that game. It feels like a lifetime ago when we were playing without supporters. Supporters are making their way in slowly, it should be said. I've just seen a load of Wolves fans coming in fancy dress away to our right-hand side, enjoying themselves as ever. Go on then, final score prediction of the season.
Well, why not? That's what I've been saying it most of the season. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going 2-1, Wolves.
Oh, goodness me.
Well, why not? Why not? Might as well.
Do you know what? Just for that, we need to put into place a plan that we've come up with for a long time. Eject Tomo, please, Aaron. That's all we need. This...
If that's took you weeks of planning to do that little bit, oh my God. If that's what it took you 2 weeks doing it.
It is the detail and the effort that our producer Aaron went into. We've got to say thank you to Aaron, who no one gets to see or hear from, but he's in our ears
cheers, Aaron,
all the way through the season, who looks after us and presses all the buttons and tries to make the pair of us seem somewhat professional. So thank you to Aaron. Thank you to Tomo for being alongside me as ever, and to Lee Naylor and all the other pundits.
Thank you, Michael, for doing it as well. It's been fun.
It's been fun. We'll have commentary from the pair of us at wolves.co.uk and via the Wolves app throughout the game. And don't forget to tune in after the match for our final reflections on the season as a whole. But thank you very much to all of you for being with us, for watching through the season. We'll be back at some point, but we will leave you with the highlights of a famous victory against the Gunners from the previous couple of seasons. See you.
quality players, and the way they move the ball was difficult for us. We were lucky in the moment that we had the first break, and that, like you said, the free kick can put us on the front foot. From there on, I think we control better the game.
Yeah, very good game for us. I think we control all the game. 3 goals in the first half was very good for us, and after we just had to control. Arsenal have more ball, it's normal. They were losing 3-0, they were looking for the goal, but I think we controlled. They didn't have too much chances, and it's really deserved for us.
The law of this jungle is as old and as real as the sky. And the wolf that abides will prosper, but a wolf that breaks it will die. You see, out here in this jungle, we run it forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. I used to run with the pack, nowadays I run for the pack. Represent from the front to the back, balls in my heart, my city and the map. I was in the field, you're sitting in the bench. See me in the gym, rep till I'm bench. Sweat till I win, that's a victory stench. Yeah, we stay ready for the war, man, I settle in the score. Right now I'm with the hype, I ain't in it for the light. I was down on the ground, now I'm up for the fight. Seaside at the dark, now it's into the light. Out for more, down for my team. I wake up and I'm chasing a dream. Don't dirt but my crap stay clean. Send for me, view, boy, how you mean? Look at my count with the verses. Clean sheet in him and I'm on a verse with. Prize fighter, I'm taking the verses. Death match and death, I'm making verses. The law of this jungle, we run it forward and